Right, good afternoon. Welcome to another one of these. Some of you will not have watched. I'm very aware from looking at the analytics that you don't watch everything. That's fine. But I had a great chat, two blokes down the pub talking about Spurs with my old mate Chris in Malvern. And what was interesting, and it was truly interesting, and no greater critic than I, was that we've hung our hopes, I think, collectively as a fan base on the idea that this guy isn't Ange Postecoglou's a bit more tactically aware. But something else emerged in our conversation, which I'd like to dwell upon in the daily Spurs reel. And you've got to look, because I always want to see the data. I want to see the numbers. I just want to get down to it, because feelings are great. Feelings are wonderful. They keep us all going all too frequently, but equally facts tend to win out the day. So let's look at the transfer activity of Brentford Football Club, the bus stop in Hounslow, in order that we might shine some light on the good work that he's been doing. Because we can't say, oh, he's won this, he's won that, because it is yet to happen. He's been dealing at a very modest end of the market. But take a look at what Chris gave me yesterday. So I'm just going to go through some of the ones that are their current stock, and then look at the previous players, and then look at our stock that might come under Thomas Frank's excellent tutelage. And that's what we're discussing here: his tutelage, his ability to take players into his stable, if you like, and enhance their worth, which I have to say, I wasn't the only person, but I was one of many people making that accusation against Ange. So Lewis Potter, 16 million quid purchase price. 29 million is his current value. Damsgaard, 12 million, they brought him in for. 38 million is what he's currently worth on the open market. Muemba, 5 million, 60 million his worth on the open market. And Wissa, 8 million, they brought him in for. 45 million. So that's who the current players are. You can see that there's a massive incremental value to these guys. But then let's look at the facts of the stuff that they've actually sold. These are Thomas Frank players that he's brought in, and his team are now at Tottenham Hotspur. They've bought them and they've sold them. Raya, 3.5 million quid they paid for him. Sold him for 32 million. Bought him for 5 million, sold him for 40 million. Ollie Watkins, you will remember that name. 6 million they paid, sold him for 30. Ben Rama, 2.1 million, sold him for 23. Malpay, 6.2 million, sold him for 15 million. Mepam got him for nothing, 11 million. Concert, 1.9, sold him for 13 million. This, if you take between the Brentford signings and sales, the business they've done and the business that they might conceivably do, realistically do, you're looking at an average of just under 80% profit on sales. No wonder Daniel fell in love with him. So let's look at the guys that we've got on our books at the moment, because if they come to fruition because they're being coached effectively, this is where I'm taking you. Tell, paid 35, could get. Is it unrealistic to believe that we could get 63 million for him if he comes as good, based using the same methodology? This is the crucial aspect here, because we're comparing like with like. We're comparing players. Because I don't trust Tell at all right now, but I look at what Frank has done in the past, what Thomas Frank has done in the past, and suddenly my mind is a little more open. Danso, 25 million, easy 45 million if he continues on the same trajectory. Vuskovic, 11 million paid for him, easily 20 million, not too far down the line. If he could make Solanke work, and there's an interesting piece that I did on the boyhotspur.com this morning, relating to his tactical style, which he applied in spades with Ivan Toney. Don't worry about making the driving runs. Don't worry about all the off the ball work. Make yourself available and I will supply you. That was the method. Solanke, 53 million, looks bloody expensive at the moment. Is it beyond the wit of man that Thomas could turn him into a guy that's worth 95 million? I'm not sure it is beyond the wit of man. Archie Gray, this is where it really gets interesting. 35 million. 63 million, and Johnson 47 million, 84 million. I know you're suddenly saying, oh, you changed your tune. I didn't like most of these players. Danso I liked. Gray I have time for. Johnson, yeah, I want to see more. But this is a guy working at Brentford, low wage bills, plenty of restrictions, lots of modesty, but you can't argue with the idea of Tony, Watkins, Raya, Ben Rama, etc. He's done exceptional work. Excuse me. So if we can get some of that magic from Thomas Frank that he was able to evidence at Brentford, Spurs could be in a very good place. So I'm going to put the numbers up in the box here so you can have a look at them and tell me what you think. Good luck for now. Keep it Tottenham.